be discussing about implementation of multi-factor authentication for IAM users. So in our previous session, we just discussed about implementation of MFA on root users, and let us see how it worked, right? So this is how I've just implemented multi-factor authentication for my root user. So I'm just entering my email ID as my username, and I'm just entering my password as well. So upon entering my password, it is asking me to enter a MFA code. So MFA code is a 6-digit code which will be generated on my RT2 application on my mobile phone. So I'm just entering this one, just 749. All right, so this is how I can log in to my AWS account with the help of multi-factor authentication. Now, if how can I disable this particular authentication? I mean this MFA authentication. So how to disable that? So you need to follow the same step. You need to come to your account, click on security credentials. Once you click on that, you will see MFA options here. Let's wait for some time to load the screen. Okay, see here you can see this is the one, the device which you have opted here. So you need to click on remove option. So once you remove it, then you are no longer associated with multi-factor authentication. Now let us check that. So I'm just let me click on sign out and sign in back. So in this case, it should not ask me to enter multi-factor authentication password, right? So let me enter my username here, and now it is not asking me to enter any MFA password. I've just taken out another kind of authentication to my root account. Now I'll have to implement the same on my IAM user, right? In order to have that, so let me get into IAM section, right? So let's follow the steps as well. So create IAM user, click on the username, then go to security credentials, and everything will do. So basically, we need to create a IAM user first, right? So in order to have that, so I've just selected this dashboard and click on users. Let me see if I have any. Yeah, I have a user. Let me delete it. Okay, I see no users are reported here. Now let me create a new user in this case. So just give name something called a user one. And as I mentioned, so we have two options. One is access key, programmatic access. This can be used with the help of CLI or any other APIs. And as of now, I'm interested in password just to make it simple. And I'm not giving an option of auto-generated one. I want to give a custom password. And you also know, right? Like the password mechanism. If you just give like this, it will not allow. It has got some specifications. You need to follow it. I've just discussed this in my previous sessions. So I'm just giving my password as user1@123. Okay. So just to make sure, yeah, user1@123. And this is the policy which I'm opting for. But as of now, I don't want to change any password as such after my logging in. So just unselecting that. Now give any policies. I'm just giving something called as EC2. Doesn't matter which, because I'm not using them any uh, to create anything. Just to show a multi-factor authentication. I'm just creating a user. So I'm just creating a user called user1, and I'm giving a access. I mean policy Amazon EC2 full access. Click on create user. Now user got created. Now in order to implement MFA, I need to click on this particular user, right? Okay, so let me go back to IAM screen and click on users. So you see Now one user got created. Now just select this one, click on this user one, and click on go to security credentials. For root user, we'll have to do these changes by getting into account details and under security credentials. But here for the IAM user, you need to click on that particular user and we need to click on security credentials. And once you click on that, here you see assign MFA device. You need to click on this particular option. Now you need to give a name of your device. And again, it is asking you to select virtual MFA device, which is the same thing which we are doing. Click on continue. And again, it is asking me to it is asking me to scan the QR code. Please remember, if you use an existing application, if you have already registered one device. In my previous example, I had registered one device called Oppo, right? And for that, I had scanned this particular barcode. Now, if I just scan the same code here, it will not work, which means again you need to create another device on your RT2 application on your mobile phone. Again, what you need to do, you need to open your RT2 app on your mobile, and there is a three dots which will be on right side of your top corner. Click there and click on add account. And once you click on add account on your RT2 app on your mobile, it will give you an option to select scan QR code. So I have the QR code already on my computer, on my account. Now I'm just scanning this particular code. Now I've scanned this particular QR code on my mobile and I clicked on save. Now a new password gets generated, right? So as I mentioned, we need to enter two consecutive passwords, which will be generated on your mobile phone. So let me 047312 is my first password. So probably after every 20 seconds, RT2 app will generate new passwords. So I'm just waiting for another password to enter here. So let's wait for that. Yeah, I just got it. So 591781. All right. So these are the two consecutive passwords which have received upon registering this device after scanning this particular QR code on my mobile phone by adding an additional device. Now I just clicked on assign MFA. See, the virtual MFA will be required during signing. Yeah, that we will do it. Now this is done. Now in order to have this, what I need to do, I need to have this AWS account in order to log in as a IAM user, and I know the user credentials of my IAM user. So what I'll do, just click on sign out and click on log back in. Now instead of logging in as a root user, I must log in as IAM user. So here it is asking me to enter 12-digit account ID, which I have copied it with the help of root account. I'm clicking on next. See, now it is asking me IAM username and password. Now what is the username I had given? User1. And what is the password? User1 @123. Click on sign. Please look at here. It is asking me a MFA password. So there is a password just now it got generated on my mobile 946149 and click on submit. Look at here, right? So this is how we can implement a multi-factor authentication for my IAM user, right? So this is how it has to be, right? Okay. Now in order to cancel this, how to do that? Again, I need to unregister. So how to unregister all those things? Everything will be managed with the help of root user. So now I should click on sign out and I need to log in back as a root user, sign in using root user. So yeah, let me log in with my username and password. And now let me get into my user details under IAM section. So here I'm trying to show how to disable this multi-factor authentication for this IAM user, right? I just want to have a clarity on this. So I'm just coming into user section, click on users. I mean, whatever the user which you have implemented multi-factor authentication. And later, you need to get into security credentials, right? And you need to click on manage, click on select remove option. Now we have removed this multi-factor authentication, but not the user. The user still remains same, but I have just removed the multi-factor authentication facility for this particular user. Now let's see how it works. So let me log in back with the root, I am user. So let me enter my 12-digit account ID and let me enter my username. What is my username? User1 and user1@123. Now it should not ask me any password as any MFA password, right? You understood, right? So this is how we will implement a multi-factor authentication for our IAM users. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you.